All right, I'm going to just do a quick unboxing of the new Mizuno Morelia waves that I just received. So these are a special edition, limited number produced, I think like 3,000 pairs. Um, I don't really care about that. I just kind of like the design, and I've always used Mizuno Morelia Neo 2s, and these are the 3s. So I thought I'd do a different pair of Mizunos and give them a shot. So typical Mizuno boxing, nice bag, yay. And here are the Mizuno Morelia Wave limited edition cleats. So what I really liked was just the red, white, and blue. I thought that was pretty cool, so thought I'd give them a shot. I'm not really a big fan of tongues. In fact, not at all. I usually cut them off or something, but this tongue is pretty small, and it actually velcros down, so should stay in place. Actually looks pretty decent. So here is the cleat, size 9.5. Nice red, white, and blue design. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare it to my Neo 3. And I've had these for about a year. So this is the new Neo 3's kind of classic model that doesn't have the carbon fiber built in the heel and doesn't have the sock. So I prefer these to the Neo 3 betas. So we'll just do a quick comparison of these two. First off, weight. So zero the scale out. The Neo 2s and 3s are always extremely light, so we can see these are 7.1 ounces, which is about what I'd expect. And the new ones, 8.8. So these are significantly heavier, although when you're just holding them in your hand, yeah, I can tell the difference. So while they appear to be similar construction, definitely a little heavier. So we're done with the scale. So the first thing you notice on these is the sole plates, right, the stud patterns. So these have conical round studs. These have their kind of newer wave design studs. And what I immediately noticed is, and it's hard to see here, I'll see if you can see it, the height of the studs on the waves, I would say that's a good 3 or 4 millimeters higher, longer than the Neo 3s. So I do a lot of my playing on artificial turf, where these are fine. I don't think I will wear these on artificial turf. I think these are a little too long. These are less firm ground and more, slightly wet ground. Our fields here in Tallahassee are often clay based, so there's not a lot of give in the clay. I don't know how well these are performed. I really like how they look, but the stud pattern has me a little worried. The other thing we'll notice on the base plate is these are still riveted. So we've got 3 rivets there, and actually we've got a rivet there and a rivet there, along with, if you can see it, it's also stitched all the way around to the other side, stopping there. So base plate is riveted and stitched. On the Neo 3s, if you've seen the other reviews on those, the Neo 2s were riveted. They had 2 rivets up front. There are no rivets on these and no stitching on the base plates at all. They stated that the confidence in their glue and their bonding procedure didn't require rivets anymore. So it's curious to me that on this, we don't require rivets, but these we're going to put not just 3 rivets up top, but we're going to put some on the sides, and we're also going to stitch it. So overkill, I don't know. But in a year of play, there has been no delamination in the toe, which is where I would be worried about, or in the side here. And I'm going to get into that when I do the 1-year review of these shortly. So main differences, the toe box. Toe box is very similar. I think it's the same material as kangaroo leather. I would say that the Neo 3's leather is maybe slightly thinner than the Waves. As far as the depth of the toe box, they're very similar. So I would expect to have the same amount of room in both these toes. I did have a toe box problem on my first set of Neo 3's where the toe box was significantly smaller on one cleat. It was like smashed down like this, so ended up returning those. So other than that, one thing I did notice also was the insert here. While similar, it's similar material. It's kind of a non-slip, which I like. My foot doesn't slide around much in these. It also has a little bit of padding here in the heel. So while this is kind of maybe a little cheesy, just to kind of stick a little extra padding there, when I put my foot in, I could feel the difference in the padding. I would have just expected they'd have a thicker insert rather than just gluing a little piece of extra foam on there. The inside of these is the very same kind of suede feel material as the Neo 2's. Really nice. It grips the foot well. Similar pattern here where they have some padding sewn in here that goes around the heel, around the side to help lock your foot in. We've got the same padding here sewn in all around. Feels nice. When I put these on my feet, of course, they felt a little tight in the toe box, but that's to be expected with the kangaroo leather. Probably 1 or 2 play sessions it would loosen up. So they feel really nice on the feet, just like the Neo 3's. So I would expect these to be just as comfortable. However, the elongated studs here and the fact that they're a little heavier, I'm not sure I'm actually going to use these long term. So the other thing I noticed, I'll do one other point, is when we were talking about the rivets, one of the flaws in the Neo 2's was this area right here. So this is the flex point of the shoe. And on the Neo 2's, which you'll see when I do the 1-year update of these, this area here would delaminate and it would actually cut into the leather. It would kind of deform a little bit. But we can see that after a year of play on these, that has not happened yet. So if you can see, they've added just this little curve here in the base plate, I think to eliminate that problem. They do not have that here. So while I haven't used these, obviously, I would expect them, unless this little curve upward here is made to deal with the same issue, I would expect these to have that same weakness right at the flex point, right? So actually the flex point on these appears to be right in the middle of the stud, but I don't see how it's going to flex right in the middle of a stud. So I'm going to guess the flex point is maybe in here. Let's take a look. No, I'm wrong. It's in the middle of the stud. So not sure how that's going to play out. But overall, very comfortable. Not a big fan so far of the length of these studs. A little heavier, but very, very comfortable. So maybe as a defender, this might be a great boot for you. We shall see. I'm going to give them the 30-day awesomesoccer.com play and see how they feel. Probably not on artificial turf, though. Probably keep these only on natural grass surface. All right, that's it.